Good morning! This is Sigu the Scuffed coming at you live with more Ace Attorney investigations. Now yesterday, we set a simple goal for ourselves. Try to complete as much of a single chapter in one sitting as we can. And what did we do? We did our best, that's what we did. Now, it wasn't actually our longest stream we've done of Ace Attorney yesterday, oddly enough, but it still really got the better of me. Around the end, I really started falling apart. I lost my ability to pay attention to what was happening, just sort of autopiloted while I was doing. And I didn't want to keep going like that because it didn't feel like it'd be a great thing to be doing, like from an entertainment perspective or from my health perspective. So I ended just before the end of the trial, or at least what I assume is just before the end of the trial. If I had to give a guess, I would say there's about an hour left. Excluding the epilogue, those tends to drag on a bit. So today, we're going to finish it, and this is going to be probably a very short stream. Now before that, I should note, the schedule for this week is up. It's available in the usual places, Blue Sky, Twitter, and also on the offline stream screen. I don't know what it's called. But, tomorrow, and the day afterwards, we have to be announced streams, because I'm not actually sure if I'll make it to those ones. But, with that being said, there is something I want to try. You see, I've been doing these daytime streams, or I've done 2 of them, and I want to keep trying to do those. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep that up, but we'll see how many I can get in. And so far we've just been doing Cult of the Lamb over there. Not especially engaging, but it's, like, fine. I'm just learning the new game. I'm mostly narrating what I'm doing. But I'm also planning to pick up something new over there, I guess. I don't know, I want to put some variety over there in case it does become a permanent thing. But that's all I have to say for today, really. I'm just sort of disappointed in myself that I couldn't get through the whole thing yesterday. So, with that being said, here we go, into the game. Wonder if you'll ever catch a daytime stream? Probably, it most certainly would not be smart, no. I mean, that's kind of the reason I do it. It's almost exactly 12 hours. Well, not exactly. It's nearly 12 hours off of this stream's starting time. So it should give people the option to choose either or. In fact, though admittedly, I don't actually have a specific time set for it. I just sort of do it whenever I have the time, and that's probably how it's going to be in the future. Rather inconsistent. Oh, and right, there was one more thing. The schedule graphic. I've left it on the draft for a while now. And that's not just because I'm not working on it. It's because I wasn't sure if I like it or not. Just the concept of the shapes and whatnot. Is how mildly different? I know, that's just because I'm nasal. I have a lot of congestion in my nose today. That's all. I was about to say, right, the schedule. I wasn't sure if I liked it or not, and after using it for 2 or 3 weeks now, I have come to the conclusion that I don't really like it. Also, it can't really implement daytime streams without being cramped, so I'm going to redo it. And I think I'll probably get that done. I don't actually know when. I'll be done maybe by the end of the week. I mean, if it's done by the end of the week, it'll be a draft, because I have a lot of things I'm working on. I want to get an actual completed, finished version up by the end of next month. I'm trying to pace myself, Now then, I'm going to drink some water, try and clear my nose, and then we're going to start. So I'm going to mute actually for this, because I don't want you guys hear me blowing my nose. Okay, that's a lot better. My throat isn't quite clear, but that's just the side effect of the nose being clogged. It'll work its way out eventually, probably in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Let's get started. Where were we last time? Let me look at this. Okay, I think I got this. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm going to ask you to explain yourself. If that's alright, Mr. Chairman. Not at all. I'll be very interested to hear this for myself. I'm intrigued to learn where Miles might have gotten the idea that I'm some sort of criminal. Because you'll never find a more fine and upstanding citizen than myself. Oh yeah, I'm also ready to be lost, because I was really falling apart yesterday. He has a lot of nerve, acting all innocent like that. Very well. Let's start at the very beginning. The fact that the auction took place right here in this hallowed trial chamber is a point of suspicion. A location that should, by rights, only be accessible to the members of the council. Yeah, they all have keycards to the room, after all. Furthermore, these auctions seem to be held on a somewhat regular basis. Probably should have watched the VOD? It's fine, it's fine. After all, it certainly won't be the first time that one or both of us are lost. For that to be possible, there can only be one winning explanation. That's right, Mr. Winner. The auctioneer is a member of the committee. But, no, what? That's not what he meant. What on earth is wrong now? What do I do, Dad? I played right into his hands. Oh, you did indeed, you utter nitwit. But, Miles, my boy, you do realize that you've cast quite the wide net with your explanation. That's true. There are 11 members of the committee altogether. 10, given Miss Ringer's unfortunate passing. 10 potential suspects in total. Well, it certainly isn't me. And it can't be the chairman. Can it? Whoever it is, speak up right now. Calm down, all of you. Please. Burning paper? Well, Miles, is that all the proof you've got against me? You know, I really wonder what his whole thing with the lighter is. I mean, I can kind of get the whole burning paper thing as being symbolic of burning evidence, but I don't really get what his thing with this carrying it around like this is. I know it has some meaning. They usually do. They're very quiet all of a sudden. But it's too late to back out now. You've accused a former chief prosecutor and a current committee chairman of a crime. Oh, he was the former chief prosecutor. That's interesting. Were you in before Lana Skye? I mean, like directly before her, I wonder? I would tell you to prepare for the worst. But there's no preparing for what you're about to face. You probably be carrying around a light as well? Well, don't do that. That's not especially safe. Also they can get expensive pretty quick. Fuel, you know. Not cheap. You've been forcing us to argue every little detail for a while now. Also, I keep changing this guy's voice. We're almost finished the trial, and I'm still changing it almost every time he talks. Where the murder happened, the order of the victim's injuries, some other things I hardly even remember. Oh, hold on, bop the bot. I haven't made that thing yet. Bop it. But you need to have bothered, my boy, because it's all irrelevant in the end. Think about it. The suspect herself has already said she did it. That's all that matters at the end of the day, and her sentence will be lighter for it. So rejoice! That is a terrible, terrible testimony, and terrible reasoning. She is an unreliable witness unto herself. She cannot accurately determine if she did or did not do a thing, and she could easily be stated as having coerced. Oh, you got three of them yesterday. I don't think I've gotten 3 in one stream yet. Usually just 2, at most. And there you have it. Feel free to pick holes in it as you see fit. How can I when that was barely a testimony to begin with? That man, he's a very powerful person, isn't he? It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. Please, just let it go. I did it. I'm the murderer. I even remember doing it. You saw a flash of something half-remembered, Kay. Nothing more. If you must believe in something... Oh man, it's gonna take a while for me to completely clear. Believe me when I say you should believe in your own innocence instead. But... Go on, give her the Kamina speech. I'm up against the head of the committee here. This isn't going to be easy. But he seems to think he's already won. Perhaps I can use that against him. You're gonna be part of several all-day streams? Ooh, sounds fun. You've been forcing us to argue. Oh, right, this is his thing. I already read this. Let's see. Where the murder happened, order of the victim's injuries, some other things you hardly even remember. Let's press that.
Hold it!
I seem to recall the ringleader's identity and the faulty coroner's report being critical points of contention. Oh, yes, I was listening, my boy. But critical is a matter of opinion. How can you possibly suggest that such fundamental issues are not important? Perhaps it is your ability to make sound judgments that should be on trial here today. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Bravo, my young hothead. Wonderfully cutting stuff. It's gonna be a nightwear in the best way possible. Oh yeah, I can certainly imagine that. You do like to try, though, don't you? Now, let's see. That wasn't it, really? In that case, what if I presented something here? I mean, no, actually no, because Edgeworth just covered everything I would present. Why do you say it's irrelevant?
Hold it!
Oh, you're just gonna say that's because of your next line, aren't you? There's no way that any of what we've discussed today is irrelevant, not unless you intend to bury the truth. But none of it is relevant, my dear boy. The only reason you keep trying to make it relevant is because otherwise, you're up a creek without a paddle. Yeah, okay, about what I figured. The suspect has already said she did it. I don't really have anything that contradicts that, because unfortunately I can't argue, you know, what would the word be? That she's unreliable and unfit to be here. Which is a real shame, because what you would usually do here. Kay remembers a person coming from beyond the concession stand pushing her off the building. I mean, I could use this to argue that she's unreliable. Oh, you're trying to beat Hollow Knight with one controller. Sounds fun. You know, it might not actually take that long, admittedly, because Hollow Knight, when you know the route, it's actually a pretty short game. I'm going to try something risky here. There is no shot that the game lets me argue this. You know, this perfectly reasonable position. But I'm going to try anyway, because I want to.
Objection!
It didn't work. Okay, I thought as much. I just wanted to see if it would work. Now then. Oh, why is... What? That's a long dialogue. Anyways, you say that's all that matters at the end of the day. Not really. I think I just had to start pressing him at this point. So let's do that, shall we?
Hold it!
Just because she confessed to something doesn't make it the truth. Kay is suffering from amnesia, so any statement she makes should be taken with at least a grain of salt.
Objection!
Oh, Edgeworth is arguing it. How nice. You got pretty far to the test run, but it's also with a lot of stupid hits. So you think it'll, when you get to late game, it'll be bad? Oh yeah, late game can certainly be rough, especially if you're going for Dream No More, I believe, is the true ending. That would be really terrible, because you had to do White Palace with, you know, effectively half a controller. Even so, it doesn't exactly solve anything for us, does it, dear boy? And it would be nonsensical to dismiss her confession outright. No, it wouldn't. No. In Hollow Knight time, there is always Silksong, that's right. That's true. I tell you what, why don't we ask her one last time? Although, I'm sure she'll say she just did it again. Fine, let's do it. Let's ask her again. We'll see if she really believed herself to be the culprit. Huh? You mean me? Is that really what you want, Mr. Edgeworth? If this goes badly, it could significantly weaken your position. I know, but there's no other way. I'll only request that I be the one to question her. You really know how to tug at an old man's heartstrings, you know? Ugh. But fine, ask away. On one condition. If this turns out to be a waste of time, that's it. Okay, is now the time for the Kamina speech? We have to get to it at some point. Believe in the me that believes in you! Come on. We'll call the proceedings to an end, then and there. Agreed? Call the proceedings to an end? You mean, the hearing? Yes, dear boy, that's right. Perhaps you are a complete muddlehead after all. Now, just so we're clear, if we ask again, and all that happens is the girl confirms her guilt. She is officially declared guilty on the spot. Yes, that sounds like a great plan, if I do say so myself. I hate this guy. Still not as bad as Gavel, but I feel like Gavel's starting to turn around. Doesn't mean I don't hate her, but this guy's not going to get a redemption, I feel. That's it? You're just going to declare her guilty, just like that? That's the gist of it. Big risk, but he's going to find a way to condemn her either way if we don't do something. Kay? Yes? I know it's a lot to ask, but I need you to think. Do you remember anything else about what happened on the day of the murder? Anything that might help us prove your innocence? Water in his goggles randomly appear and disappear? Do they? I didn't notice. Because the water in his goggles are his tears. Right? Does he have sprites where it disappears? I'll take a look at that. Why? Why are you still fighting it, Mr. Edgeworth? It's no use. I can't be of help to you. I'm sorry. Oh, it's time. Do it, Edgeworth. I've been waiting for this Kamina speech for like the whole chapter. I'm too scared to try and remember anymore. What if I remember something even worse? And if I did, I'd just be making more trouble for you. Please, just accept it. The Kay you thought you knew is a dangerous criminal. Criminal who let you down and betrayed your trust. Are we gonna show her the promise book? I mean, we don't actually have it with us. Do we? No, we don't. Oh, the promise book is gonna be our, like, epilogue piece of evidence, right? That we use to cheer Kay up. Is that it? Or is it gonna come in the next chapter? It's one of the two. Don't worry, Kay. You have nothing to be afraid of. I may not have known you for very long, but I know you well enough. Right now, I'd say I know you better than you know yourself. You would never commit a murder. You could never, because this is who you really are.
Take that!
You are the great thief Yatagarasu, the noble outlaw who would never stoop so low as to kill. What? I can't do it, I'm sorry. Because all I can see is the one memory that's returned. I have to face it.
Hold it!
No, that's the only evidence of your guilt is the confession they forced out of you. As I said earlier, you have to believe that you're better than that. Are you saying you don't believe a word of what I've been telling you? There it is! There's the line! Oh, we've been waiting for it. Look at that. Kamina's influence stretches beyond his media, once again. No, it's not that. You're trying so hard to help me. And you're risking so much for me. It's too much. You have to stop, I'm begging you. Ah, so that's what's going on. I thought it was strange, but now I see it. The reason you're allowing yourself to be railroaded into accepting your fate is because of me, isn't it? Which is exactly what the Kay I know would have done. You're a good person, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm not. And I don't plan on becoming one anytime soon. Because despite all your wishes to the contrary, I'm still trying to help you. So you see, I've merely been servicing my own ego, regardless of what I put you through. Hold on, I really need to clear my throat. Now, let's try this again. See the good in yourself, Kay. Remember the noble thief you truly are. That memory of you committing the murder? You need to question it with all you have. That's all I ask. So please, do it for me. Oh, new memory? No, all the memories previous all flashing in one go. Yeah, I'm not screaming. I feel like I say that every time. You know, I should make like a button that says I'm not screaming or something. Or put it on the screen. Okay. What's wrong? Did you remember something? Oh, it'd be like some cliche movie plot if she did. A cow? A cow? Mr. Edgeworth, if you could perhaps ask her for a few more details. Well, Kay, what can you tell us about this cow? I remember now. The person in the red raincoat, she had it in her hand. A stuffed cow. I can see it so clearly now. Are you sure, Miss Faraday? Are you absolutely certain? Yes, I'm sure. Then, this court acknowledges the defendant's latest statements as new testimony.
Objection.
You want to scream on character screen, but you don't want to worry your parents? There's a similar thing here. I just don't want to wake up the people in the other, like who above me. Because the thing is, I think I mentioned it before, I'm next to the boiler room. And the boiler room has the furnace in it. And the furnace, of course, connects to the vent system, which runs through this room. And then right above my bed, right above where my head goes, pretty much, is the central vent shaft that goes straight up through the building. So if I do scream, I have a feeling I'll be getting, not necessarily complaints, but I'll definitely draw the attention of people above me. Have you lost your mind, Verity? We can't accept testimony like this. Well, with respect to Mr. Chairman, information pertaining to the victim and her possessions is new and highly relevant evidence. Aye, good reason, certainly.
Objection.
Need I remind you of the addled state of her memory? No, this simply won't do. Addled? But if we claim her memory is unreliable now, then our own argument is weakened, sir. You said yourself only a few minutes ago that thanks to the suspect's confession, we need not worry ourselves over the finer details. Did you not? Were we to call the validity of her memories into question, then we must also call into question the confession on which our entire argument is based. Is that really the most advisable course of action? Yes, you're right. Proceed as you see fit, then. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We're still in the game, but only by the skin of our teeth, and only thanks to Judge Gavel's intervention. It's almost as if she was on our side for a second. Oh, is Edgeworth finally taking notice of that? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, the stuffed animal. I believe the cow in question is this thing here, Your Honor. We found it in the storeroom and believe it is yet to be yet another auction lot. Oh, it was a 3D model. I knew it. We just weren't allowed to look at it until now because it has something like some sort of spoiler on it. Wait, that's... Do you know something, Gavel? No, it's just not what I imagined. I suppose it is a rather odd thing for the victim to have been carrying. I should look over it carefully. Okay, game, tell me why I was not allowed to look at this earlier. Well, the only note here is that it's... Oh, there's two broken parts. It's missing a horn, and it has this white spot on its head. Oh, a cherry blossom petal. That's what that is. There's a cherry blossom petal caught in the fur here. See, why didn't they let us see this earlier? This is not that big of a clue. There were petals in the raincoat, too. And the cherry tree in bloom on the viewing platform. It would definitely appear that this was taken outside at some point. What did the victim want with this thing? Oh, let's check that hole on the side of its head. And the left horn is missing. This hole. It looks like that's where the horn would have gone. But it doesn't look like stuffing in there. So what is it? Let's take a look at the rest of the toy and see what else we can find. Oh, really? I mean, the only other thing that... Can we pull the other horn off? Is that it? Maybe. Is there like a hidden thing inside of this? I don't see a zipper on the back. Or the bottom. The right horn seems intact, but I can't say it's doing much for the overall symmetry of the stuffed toy. Oh, look, Mr. Edgeworth, it moves. It does? Well, yeah, if you saw the connection point on the other side, it would make sense for it to move. Wait, there's electronics in it? Oh, is it a camera? It sounds like sand being crushed? It would seem there's a recording device hidden inside. Oh, is it an audio recording? I knew it was you, the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. Oh, is that Kay? You can't hide that burn from me. Nothing to say for yourself? I waited so long for this day, and now I'll finally have my revenge. Wait, that doesn't sound like Kay to me, actually. I'm not sure. Could this be the moment of the murder? And someone made a recording of it. Oh, man, if only this game had voices in it, huh? Oh, I guess everyone's wearing voice changers, so it doesn't matter. Hey, that's them right there. I forgot you were here. Well, them's the voices I heard. Sure as eggs is eggs. Unfortunately, we have no way of verifying when these voices were recorded. It's possible that they have nothing to do with the murder. If only there were some accompanying video footage. You got bugs in your ear or something, lady? I done told ya. Well, them's the voices I heard. And we already know the victim was holding that thing, right? So it's gotta be from what she got. Oh, I read that weird. That's not a phrase I use. Got. Yes, it is a possibility, but a weak one without more than your word to back it up. We need something more. Something credible. We need? Yet again, she seems to be stepping in to help. Judge Gavel, I think we all know the voices are from the moment of the murder. Consider for a moment the words we heard one of the speakers say. I knew it was you from the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. I believe we have something that could explain what those words are referring to and how it's all related. Oh yeah. If there were voice actors, it would be great. Actually, I think the first few games got an anime adaptation. Obviously, it doesn't cover the entire thing, from what I recall. But I saw the, like a blooper reel they had. It was really quite amusing. Also, it had some interesting details to the world. Like, in the first few games, you are running around everywhere, all over the city, trying to get stuff done. But of course, it's a visual novel on the Game Boy Advance, so you aren't actually running around. You just have a menu to pick where you're traveling to. And turns out, in a later game, it's noted that Phoenix does not actually have a driver's license. So how's he getting around? Well, you might think it's from like public transit or something, because that does exist in this not Japan, not California. But also, it turns out he just uses his bike to go everywhere. In his suit, with his briefcase, on a bike going around the city. It's quite fantastic. Yeah, blooper reels are great. Oh, also I should note, for the next visual novel we're planning on doing, or we're planning, if it comes out, that one will have voice acting, or at least partial voice acting. So we'll be able to, it won't be nearly so much a strain on my throat, and also it'll be a lot more about imitations than me trying to figure out what voice fits someone. So it'll be interesting. So we haven't done one of those yet. Anyway, what piece of evidence proves that the voices are from when the murder occurred? Well, there's a few of those. We could use the body because there's a burn on the hand. We could use that because the revenge thing. And I'm not sure which one they want, so I'm going to do both. Let's try this one first. That one's wrong. In that case, next up is the corpse. That's also not it? Oh, that's strange. Oh, no, that was it. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry, I sped through it. The coroner's preliminary findings? How do they prove anything? Hold on. Let's see. Prominent burn mark. Right here. You know, this is the first time we've ever had to point and click on a document. Usually we just had to tell them what page it's on, but I suppose because it's only one page we have to point and click.
Take that!
Still quite strange though. Think again on the words we heard. This part in particular sticks out in my mind. You can't hide that burn from me. The victim had a prominent burn mark on the back of her right hand. And what of it? According to Kay's testimony, the victim was carrying the stuffed cow. And a burn mark, an identifying mark unique to the victim, was mentioned on the recording it captured. Huh, it's just a coincidence. Stuff like that happens all the time, right? I'm not so sure that it does. Especially not in this case. The court accepts the recording may be from the time of the murder. In which case, one of the two voices must belong to the real culprit. And based on the content of the conversation, it seems likely that it's the one we hear the most. But that still doesn't tell us anything about the killer's true identity, or even if they're male or female. Oh man, I'm stuttering a lot. Ooh, I stuttered when I said stuttering. Huh. Due to the voice changers, correct. Unfortunate, but unavoidable. One thing, however, has become clear. We are now able to say that the voices Miss Hart heard were those of Miss Ringer and her killer. Just like I done told you they was. Oh, I'm messing up her voice too. Maybe my voice is a bit messed up from yesterday. I haven't been talking much today, so I wouldn't have noticed it. We can say something else now, too. Then, let's hear it. That is, if you don't mind, Mr. Chairman. Do as you wish. According to Miss Hart, just before the murder occurred, two people came up to the storeroom from the committee chamber on the elevator. The ringleader and one of the auction attendees. It seems that this was the point at which money exchanged hands. The murderer happened immediately after. Oh, not the murderer. The murder happened. The murder happened immediately afterward, and the auction carried on after that. All of which points to one key fact. That the ringleader was the killer, yeah? Since the ringleader was the auction's sole auctioneer, then it follows that they cannot be the victim. Hey, Gavel! Not right now, Eustace. There's a good boy. And if they weren't the victim, then they can only have been the killer. A compelling argument, but hardly conclusive. I'm fully well aware of that, Your Honor. I was merely warming up for the main event. There were certain traces left on the scene that seemed to suggest the ringleader was the killer. Then please, hurry up and show us. I would say the locked box, yeah? I mean, could it have been something else other than the box? Maybe. Hold on. Ringleader wore a white jacket and white gloves with a magenta flower and a mask. That's not really helpful, though. Oh, here's Miss Hart's statement. Let's see. Items on sale were mainly... Yep. 11 attendees altogether. And you don't talk about the Ringleader. Okay. Let's see. I really think it might just be, the box. I mean, I guess it could not be the case. Let's see. Oh, I'm lost a bit. This is what happens when I don't finish it all in one sitting, I suppose. Or at least this is what happens when I leave off at an awkward point. Let's see. What points to the Ringleader as having been the killer? I still think it's the box. Box in which the killer hid the body. Traces of blood were detected inside. Do I use the boxes now? I'm gonna try it.
Take that.
Okay, it's wrong. I thought so. That's just sort of a weak guess from my side. Yep, I know. Run through the dialogue again. What was something that was placed on the scene? Oh, okay. They're giving me a hint. Wow, they did not do that a lot in the early games. I mean, I noticed they've been doing it a lot in this one. That's really direct. Anyway, the Jammin Ninja mask was placed on the scene. What was something that was placed on the scene that points to the Ringleader as having been the killer? What was placed there? The Jammin Ninja mask. The victim's letter was not actually put on the scene, no. It was the other one, right? Maybe it was that. That was on the scene. I mean, there were like 3 objects in the scene, weren't there? I think it was the victim's letter. Oh no, it was this letter. The one addressed to K. Let me see. Yeah, it's the letter, the ticket stub, and the mask were all placed on the scene. Okay. So it's probably one of those. I'm just really not sure what angle they want me to attack this from. I guess I can say the mask. Why not? It's not. I might actually run down my life bar here. I don't think we've gotten a game over yet in this one. It'd be a shame to get it this far in. But I'm just really lost.
Take that.
It's not that one either. And for some... I also don't think it's a ticket stub. I'm just sort of doing these because I'm not sure what else to do. I mean, there's no way it's the ticket stub, yeah? That wouldn't make sense. What is something that was placed on the scene that points to the Ringleader as having been the murderer? Or not the murderer, the killer. It means the same thing. Okay, hold on. I need to check my stream because it froze. Also, I changed my settings today, see if it worked better. Oh, it does not work better. Yikes. It's fine. I'll just change it back for next time. What was I about to say? Right. The what's it called? This was moved off of the scene, so it's not that. This was placed on the scene. I suppose this could be it. The candelabra was placed on the scene. Do I say that, perhaps?
Take that.
No? Oh, it's a different dialogue, like a different failure dialogue, is it? Or was I just speaking through the other ones that I just didn't notice? That's the same one. What is something that was placed on the scene that points to the Ringleader as having been the killer? What could it be? Well, Kay was wearing her Yatagarasu pin. That's fine, though. It doesn't point to anyone to doing anything. She had the Jammin Ninja mask, and she had the letter, but we know neither of those are it. She had the ticket stub. That's most certainly not it. The flower wasn't put on the scene, was it? Where was the flower from? I think she just had a shard of it, right? Hold on. No. The shard is on the clothing. So I guess Kay had the flower as well? Would that be it? Because it's on the Ringleader's clothing. I guess, maybe. Let's see.
Take that.
Nope, I've lost. Hey, look at that, first game over. That's a shame. Anyway, hold on. I can't fix this midstream, can I? No, I can't. That's fine. Oh, actually, wait, no, I think we did get one game over previously. Or maybe this was the previous game. It's hard to remember. They have the same graphics because it's the remake. Oh! Is there a bad ending? Really? And with that, the truth receded into the darkness. Or is this just the game over screen? Okay, that is just the game over screen. I haven't seen it yet. You know, they actually did a bad ending in one of the games. In the second game. And you get a whole achievement for doing it. I, needless to say, did it on accident the first time around. And I really wasn't expecting it. I just sort of felt like I was doing the right thing. And then it turned out to not be the case. It's not the first time I've done that in a mystery game, oddly enough. I just don't seem to have a good mind for what is morally correct in those sort of high-stress situations. Especially since I typically expect it to just deny me if I get it wrong. Anyways, what was I about to say? Oh, right, I need to get back to figuring out what this is. Let's see. I mean, I guess blood could have been left on the scene, yeah. Let me see. Worn by the victim, whose fingerprints and blood were found on the hood. Now, this wasn't placed on the scene, it was hidden somewhere. Photograph of the mysterious figure in a red raincoat. I mean, I guess... I guess it could be the raincoat, because... This is, No, this is the victim, actually. This is not the ringleader. What is it? I'm so confused. Was there something that they were talking about earlier? Do I need to bust out the walkthrough? I hope not. As always, I hope not. Each participant wore one. A letter that appears to have been written by the victim of decay. You know what? I'm fine busting out the walkthrough this one time, because I am completely lost. I don't remember what we were doing at all last time. And I want to get to, you know, a spot where I can actually, like, collect my thoughts about something. Probably the to be continued screen. What case is this? Case 4? I think so. Let's see what they have to say. It better not be something stupid. I'm gonna be very upset if that's the case. Let's see. Ringleader was the killer, yeah. Committee chamber blood. Oh, I kind of briefly touched on it. Okay. So, when I said the blood could have been left on the scene, I was looking at the elevator blood, but apparently it's the committee chamber blood. How does that work? Hold on, I want to reason this out. So what is something that was placed on the scene that points to the ringleader as having been the killer? And the answer is committee chamber blood. I don't understand the logic there. I'm completely lost. You know, usually when I have to go to the wiki, not the wiki, the walkthrough, it's because the game is doing something stupid. But I think this is my own failing. I don't know what's going on here. The killer deliberately left a large pool of blood at the foot of the goddess statue. It was due to that blood that we originally thought the murder had happened in this chamber. But it was simply a ruse, designed to cover up that the blood had dripped down from the storeroom. In order to conceal the existence of the underground auction, correct? Correct. If the culprit had nothing to do with the auction, they would have had no reason to cover up that blood. Which further supports the theory that the ringleader and the killer were one and the same. Really? You know what? I'm just gonna chalk this one up to me being wrong, because I would never in a million years have gone with that angle. I'm still a bit confused on it. And as to the identity of the ringleader, do you have anyone you'd like to name? The auction is always held in the committee chamber, with its storeroom located just overhead. So at the very least, we know the murder's ringleader has some connection to the committee. Yes. And now you suspect me, correct? As the committee's most powerful member, that hardly should be a surprise, right?
Objection.
You're a fine prosecutor. Not much I'll give you. As I think I may have mentioned already, you're also hopelessly naive. You've got nothing, dear boy, have you? No evidence whatsoever. Unless you've got something to share after all. Do you have any evidence to show that Chairman Winner is the murderer? I don't think so. Not really. What do I have? Nothing on this first page, no. I mean, I guess I guess we could do a bunch of blood tests on everything. But that wouldn't really help, would it? I mean, he's the only one who could have forged the autopsy report, the coroner's findings. Because we established that this is wrong. The head injury came first. And he was... I don't think he was here, was he? I think Gavel was here, but... He's... let's try it. Wait, that's the wrong button. I think I do. I have the evidence, all right. Evidence that proves you're the culprit. Oh, you do you? Well, do share. I can't seem to wait. Oh, I can't wait to see it. I'm gonna try it. Is this it? No, it's not. I mean, I was about to say, my argument was that he's the only one with the authority to do that. Okay, hold on. The closed box probably has the victim's blood on it. I'm trying to think of evidence we haven't used yet. Elevator blood is the victim's, we know that. This is the victim's picture. Masks, I mean, realistically, we could dust the masks, I guess, but probably not going to happen. The plushie isn't proof of anything, really. Heart statement, what is this? Oh, it's just details about the auction. Ringler's appearance isn't especially helpful, because it's really... Is the burn mark a piece of evidence? I am thinking of that, but the coroner's findings say that the burn marks were really old injury. Because in between that and the whole 12 years ago statement here in the letter, I think it's from 12 years ago, which will probably be covered in the next chapter if I had to guess. The key cards. Nope, he didn't come in. Though if he did, he wouldn't have come in through there. And whose key card is this? Did we ever talk about that? It's definitely not his, though. In that case, I think we don't actually have evidence this time. It was Chairman Winner himself who brought up the fact that I suspected him. And he seemed confident right from the get-go that he's untouchable. Which means he knows. He knows I have nothing. Oh, we're right. Okay, we have a lot of like loose ends, but we don't have anything that gets him. I was right, okay. Oh, well, Miles, my boy, time to pay the piper. I've always wanted to say that. Verity, he's all yours. Oh, wait, dang it. I just remembered something. Huh? Do you have amnesia too? Nah, it just came to me. A flash of inspiration, you know how it is. Very well, say your piece.
Objection.
What are you doing, Verity? Mr. Edgeworth has made it clear that he won't give up until every last lick of hope has been extinguished. So extinguish we must. Lest he try to drag us through this excruciating process again in the future. Yeah, what she said. I don't quite get it, but it sounded pretty cool. Don't worry, Dad. I'll help Gavel bring us to a winning finish. We'll show them how wrong they are. Fine. Let's hear what the witness has to say. You heard the chairman, Miss Hart. If you'd be so kind. Well, all right then. Here goes nothing. The facts, Mrs. Hart, or Miss Hart, and nothing but the facts, please. Don't you worry your pretty little head on that front. I'm a journalist. Truth's my middle name. Color me officially worried. So, the ringleader's the killer, right? Which makes the victim one of them auction goers. Thing is, that don't add up. I counted 11 people coming down that hatch, see? Then the murder happened, and the auction started back up again. Now, I had me look back downstairs right after that. No. And wouldn't you know it, there were 11 little duckies, all lined up in a row again. But how? Are you and you're sure of this, Miss Hart? Yeah, sure can be, your gavelship. Saw 'em with my own two peepers. So, 11 before the murder, and 11 again right after means... Wait, that's a thingy! A contradiction, Eustace. Do try to keep up. Are they? Okay, once again, I hate Gavel and this guy because they refuse to accept Wada's testimony earlier about the voices being the same, but they're accepting this one. It's upsetting. Miss Hart, nothing really changed at all. I mean, I guess there was the voice changer thing, but still, I don't like how they're picking and choosing. I done told you already. They're carried on right on again, like nothing never happened. Oh, except for it wasn't nothing much, but what is it? That little old mallet doodad. Can't have yourself an auction without one. Kind of like the one the missies over there got, but different. The auctioneer's hammer? That's the bunny. I done heard of that thing banging and clanging right the way through. And then nothing, just like that. So the noise of the hammer stopped midway through. Could it have something to do with the murderer? Was there a hammer at some point? Or a mallet? If what Miss Hart is telling us is true, we have something of a problem. Namely, that if the victim is neither the auctioneer nor one of the attendees, your entire theory cannot stand, Mr. Edgeworth. Chuck one up for justice. Eat that, Edgeworth. See, Mr. Edgeworth? There really was nothing we could do. No, there must be something we're overlooking. Something that still isn't. We still don't have an explanation for. I just need to think. If I can't, Kay is. All right, kids. Do we finally have all our answers now? If so, I expect you to make good on. Ooh, I just thought of something. So, of our loose ends, let's go over them really quickly, shall we? The box. We haven't talked about the body being hidden there yet, but that's certainly what happened. The masks we haven't really talked about. I mean, we don't really need to, but we haven't mentioned the Jammin' Ninja mask yet. I assume at some point it'll come up, but, you know, it's just a loose end that doesn't really matter. The plushie is kind of irrelevant at this point. What did we just get? We get an update to Mr. Hart's statement about the 11 people. And the mallet no longer being heard. Well, this happens to connect to one of the pieces of evidence we have that doesn't have a follow-up yet, which is the coroner's findings being wrong. You see, this isn't strictly about it being wrong. It's actually about just the findings themselves. There's the stab wound to the chest, which is 100% from the candelabra, and also a head wound. And we haven't actually talked about what that head wound came from so far. We haven't seen any blood anywhere that it could have come from. I was just kind of assuming that she fell from the lift while they were being lowered down, but I suppose that would have been noted. So it's probably the mallet, right? Oh wait, I read that line. Ugh. Wait, is that her saying objection? Hold it. One moment, sir. I worry that it might still be a little early to pass judgment. After all, we have one more matter yet to resolve. And until we do, we cannot claim complete and total victory over Mr. Edgeworth. Is that not so, Mr. Edgeworth? Frankly, I expected you to have raised your voice by now. A loud hold it, perhaps? Oh, yes, of course. And once again, she has rescued us from the jaws of defeat. Very well, let's get this over with, shall we? What is the one matter that still remains? Why, the contradiction in the coroner's report, sir. That's, I'm back with the witness, Your Honor. Oh, I forgot that she got called over here. Oh, right. You know, I probably would have not been so worried about this if I remembered that they had been called. What is this all about? Why'd you just call us back down here? Did somebody suddenly fall ill? I'll have a compress ready in 2 shakes of... Ouch! This better be good. Did someone else drop dead? Well, they might as well sooner they wish they had. She said that, not me. Dr. Hertz, Miss Needler, thank you for coming on such short notice. Let me assure you, this won't take long. Quit trying to butter me up and cut to the chase, will ya? Of course, of course. We summon you here to confirm something. What is Judge Gavel up to? Dr. Hertz, this court asks that you provide the unabridged truth regarding the following. Do you stand by your preliminary findings? Can you vouch for their complete and total accuracy? Grandma doesn't make mistakes, ever. That's strange. Uh-huh, what do you mean? In the course of this trial, an error was indeed found in her report. And so, I ask again for the truth, Dr. Hertz. Did you alter, tamper with, or in any way falsify your findings? Oh, that's awful. How can you even say that? What are you asking for? Why the heck would I want to do that? To help the true culprit, of course. As if I know anything about all that. I just know I didn't do any of the sort. Then, that seems doubly strange. What other explanation could there be for such a discrepancy in your report? Mr. Edgeworth, I wonder if you might already have any thoughts on the matter. It's not like you to be coy, I must say. Why does she keep taking charge and helping me? I still don't know what she's trying to do, but I'll happily take what I can get. Everything was recorded accurately, and then handed off to Mr. Winner according to protocol. Then the report shouldn't contain any mistakes. Oh, wait. For the record, I didn't do anything to the report. I guess we'll see, won't we? Dr. Hertz, perhaps we could begin with your side of the story? Why do we even need to? This is pointless. I'll be the judge of what's pointless, thank you very much. We have patients back at the hospital. But, Grandma, we really don't have time for this. Won't you please help us? I can't stress how important this is. Grandma says she'll testify. But could you please make it quick? If we're not back soon, people will suffer. Wait, is Needler in on it? Is Hertz innocent of this matter? And it was Needler who messed with it? I mean, I did have my theory that Needler is Callisto U because of the big forehead. And I still kind of stand by it. And yet, you had no qualms about taking your time and buying cotton candy last time we saw you. We'll let you go as soon as we can, I promise. Assuming you're telling us the truth, that is. No way there's a mistake in Grandma's report. Never. I've been dealing with the dead longer than you've been alive, Sonny Jin. Me writing something wrong about that is likely as— Ouch! And what the heck do you think I'd stand again by doctoring a file, Don't make a lick of sense to me. And that's all she has to say. Nothing funky here. See? It's just as I thought. There's no chance the good doctor doctored her findings. And you swear by the holy goddess that this testimony is true? Of course! Grandma's never told a lie in her— Your opinions are not necessary, Nurse Needler. Your grandmother is the subject of this inquiry, not you. Not necessary? Oh, that's not fair. I'm the only poor ally poor Grandma has. Go ahead and shout objection left and right, but you best be prepared then, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor. Oh, I'm more than prepared. I'm ready to expose the truth behind the error in the report. Okay, where do we want to start here? I mean, if we wanted to be pedantic, we could press this starting statement and say it's a double negative. But I have a feeling that's not what Edgeworth is going to want us to do. I mean, I think he might, if I press that, but it's not going to get me anywhere. Anyway, she cut off this line, so let's see what she had to say.
Hold it!
The victim appears to have put this raincoat on after sustaining the head injury. And yet, there was not a single drop of blood in her chest area of the raincoat. Therefore, she must have been hit in the head before she was stabbed in the chest, making it pre-mortem. Oh, that's— ouch! I don't need you to teach me how to suck eggs, young man. My danged report already says what you said, don't it? Your report states that the head injury appears to have been sustained post-mortem, which is the exact opposite of what I just said. Sure. I diligently dictated the report to Florence here, and she wrote it all down just like I said. If something happened to it after that, it weren't nothing to do with me. Is her name Florence Needler? I just need to make sure that. And she is, okay. You dictated it? If you could please tell me more. That's a suspicious statement. Let me press it. Just so we're on the same page, what were your conclusions regarding the body? Well, like I said— Ow! Sorry, it was, death from a good hard knock to the noggin. And can you say for certain when that knock happened, Dr. Hertz? Pre-mortem, of course. Chest wound happened after the poor girl died. I told Florence that, and she wrote it right down. Because that's what it says in my dang report. That may be what you told her, but I think we're finally getting to the truth. Okay, well, that's a pretty straightforward answer.
Objection!
Dr. Hertz, I'd like you to take a look at this report for yourself. Oh, I'll read you. Ow! What was that one for? This ain't what I said. This ain't what I said at all. What? What do you mean exactly? I don't know. Oh. But I can't say that. Oh. Miss Needler, if you are attempting to bury Dr. Hertz's truth, I will gladly hear her confession myself on behalf of the Goddess of Justice. Dr. Hertz seems to be telling Judge Gavel something in private. What? I see. Very well, allow me to relay to everyone what you have just told me. Ain't no doubt about what I said. I dictated my findings to Florence just like I told you I did. Fuddle-headed young thing must have wrote it down wrong or something. Wow, that was a great impression. Oh, was she trying to be doing an impression? Okay, I should have done that. Yes, but was it really necessary? So in summary, there's an error in the report. And it was all because of you, Nurse Needler. The true facts have now been shown to be that the head injury occurred prior to the chest wound. The question now, Miss Needler, is why did you introduce such an error? Just a minute, Verity. You make it sound as if the poor girl did it deliberately. Whereas it seems to me, she just made a little mistake. Pre-mortem, post-mortem, they're practically the same word, don't you think? No, not at all. Except they mean two completely opposite things. This was deliberate, no doubt about it. But why would you want to change it? Exactly, thanks. Ow! You don't get away that easy. Explain yourself, young lady. But, Grandma, You submitted a falsified report, an act that led Kay to being accused falsely of murder. You owe us an explanation. I can't. I can't tell you. Not don't want to, but can't. This is really unpleasant, don't you think? Ganging up on this poor, considerate girl who's only looking after her grandmother. She has nothing to do with anything. She simply made one tiny mistake. So why not leave it there? You'd like that, wouldn't you? Because the one person her testimony would hurt is you. What on earth do you mean, my boy? Thing is, you're a de facto ex-prosecutor. You're going to need to explain yourself better than that. I'd be happy to. I'll even spell it out for you. Nurse Needler's role in this crime is very important because... she's a co-conspirator. I think you're pressuring her. Nurse Needler doctored the report in order to cover for her accomplice. Oh, so she's a co-conspirator. This innocent young thing. Do share your grounds for making such a wild accusation, dear boy. The murder couldn't have been committed by one person working on their own. Without at least two people, it would have been impossible to maintain the attendee numbers. I still think it's Callisto. If the auctioneer was the murderer, and the victim was one of the attendees, the fact that a witness testifying to there being 11 attendees, even after the murder, doesn't make sense. Hey, watch it! Y'all gotta call my good word into question now, too? That's not what I meant. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I'm taking you at your word, which means there must be a co-conspirator. I know it's hard, my boy, but sometimes you just had to accept that you were wrong. I wasn't wrong. I just hadn't considered the possibility of the killer having an accomplice. But as soon as we do, things start to fall into place. If the killer's accomplice returned to the auction room in place of the victim, there would indeed have been 11 attendees both before and after the murder. Well, that's what you're thinking, is it? It's certainly an intriguing theory, but surely the impostor would have been spotted right away. I don't imagine that Nurse Needler looks strikingly different from the victim in build and stature. With the help of a mask, she could very easily have replaced Miss Ringer without anybody noticing. Well, Miss Needler, is that what happened? Did you take the victim's place at the auction? I wouldn't do something like that. Now, tell us, the ringleader, who were they? You know, I'm wondering what's Hertz's role in all this, because she seems to be a regular doctor. So how did she end up entangled with Needler? I can't tell you, I just can't. It hurt Grandma too. Oh. But Grandma, don't you worry about me. I can take it. You just tell me everything, child. But, oh. But Grandma! Oh. Oh, you burst it. It really is like a bouncy ball, though. So, I was right. She was an accomplice. Not necessarily a bouncy ball. It's like one of those rubber balls with a string on it that you can bounce back and forth in your hand. Miss Needler, why? Well, Miss Needler, can you explain yourself? Yes. Huh? Oh, thank you, Grandma, but I'm alright now. I confess it. I changed place with Miss Ringer. So, you admit that you were working with the ringleader? Yeah, I was helping them. I don't know how, but they found out Miss Ringer was going to attack them. The culprit was going to be attacked by the victim. They seemed pretty sure it was going to happen that night, so they made a counterplan. They wanted to strike first, and they wanted me to help them. I was told to go to the storeroom before the auction began and wait there. Now hold on right there, Missy. I didn't see nothing, and my eyes don't lie. If you'd have been there from the start of the auction, I would have bumped right into you. No, she was in the box, yeah? I was there the whole time, whole way through, and you weren't there for one bit of it. But I'm not lying. Well, that's easy for you to say, but you were lying about altering that report only a few minutes ago. I think we're all well aware of the number of potential hiding places in that storeroom. Are we? What exactly are you trying to say our friend the nurse was hiding, where exactly, I mean? Nurse Needler hid here while she was waiting in the storeroom.
Take that!
She hid inside this clothes box. Oh, she did she? Uh-huh. Well, it was there the whole time, even before I moseyed on in. But like I done told y'all, it had them chains around it. Wanted to hide in there myself, really, but it was locked up tight, so I had to go elsewhere. I imagine that's because Nurse Needler was already lying in there by the time you arrived. That's right. We didn't want anybody to open it, or it would have really blown our cover. So the ringleader told me to climb in and wait until it was time for my part of the plan. And then they wrapped the whole box up in chains. I think they took the elevator downstairs not so long after. It was just before the auction was due to start. So, as the auction was beginning, you and Miss Hart would have been the only people in the storeroom. Yeah, I think so. This is really weird that she's just sort of admitting that she's helping without saying why she was helping. And the fact that she didn't bring up, like, blackmail immediately really is making me feel stronger about that Callisto U theory. The auction proceeded as it always did, until a certain customer came upstairs to complete her purchase. That's when the incident occurred. Miss Hart overheard the victim and the culprit exchanging words around them. You betcha! I was right behind that statue there, shaking like a dang leaf the whole time. In the middle of their quarrel, Miss Ringer was killed by the auctioneer. I imagine that the auctioneer then carried Miss Ringer's body over to the clothes box, from which Nurse Needler emerged and swapped places with the victim. After placing Miss Ringer's body inside the box, Nurse Needler's role was now to pretend to be Miss Ringer. The two of them returned to the room just below as if nothing had happened. Does that about sum up what happened in the storeroom, Nurse Needler? Yes, in fact, that's exactly what happened. Hold up. So you just waltzed right back in and nobody noticed? This is two completely different people we're talking about. You're telling me not one of the folks down there at the auction caught on? Why would they? The other auction goers had no reason to notice the difference when Nurse Needler entered because, as we've seen, Miss Ringer and Nurse Needler are about the same build. More, the auction rules require attendees to wear their masks at all times. If Nurse Needler were wearing the same clothes as Miss Ringer, nobody would have been any the wiser. No, and they weren't. I borrowed Miss Ringer's clothes and and left the poor child in her smalls? Have you no respect, girl? No, Grandma, I thought the same thing. It would be nice to leave her like that. So when the ringleader wasn't looking, I put that raincoat on her. So, that's how Miss Ringer came to be wearing it. Thus, the auction was able to carry on as before. I guess the part where I caught the red raincoat on film came just after. Yeah, must be. then it all makes sense. Right after that was when I went on over and looked downstairs through the gap in the elevator. Spied me 11 happy little auction goers, then back I snuck to my little hidey hole. Don't tell me you were hiding back there the entire time after that. Well, that is not exactly. What is it? Did something happen? So, maybe I ought to mention this before, but I fell asleep for a few weeks after that. Well, passed out. Unconscious, you might say. What? What happened? Oh, nothing much. Kinda silly, really, but there was a sudden loud noise, and it startled me just a little bit, you know? Alright, maybe more than a little. But I just witnessed the murder. Can't blame a girl for getting jumpy. Guess I got my heart shook and my head faint. Before I knew it, I was out like a light. By the time I came to, it was the next dang day. There were y'all all clanking down that ladder. I see. So you were startled by a loud noise and fell unconscious. I suppose that means you don't know what happened after that. Not per se, but, well, after the auction was over, all the masks were back on the rack. I reckon the guests done finished it up and filed out one by one like they were supposed to. Nurse Needler, once the auction had restarted, what exactly were you doing? I was pretending to be Miss Ringer and placing bids, just as the ringleader wanted. I had to win the clothes box, as I'd instructed. I had a dead body inside after all. Imagine if somebody else had won it. We would have been in real trouble then. So, you had no idea that the victim had vacated the box in the meantime? No, not until we came back up so I could pay for it. That was when we noticed. The ringleader told me to go look for her right away. Except, I found some other girl collapsed at the foot of the ladder instead. Okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah, she must have fallen from up on the roof and been knocked unconscious. Guess the victim must have left a hatch wide open, huh? That would explain it. Kay would have been so shocked by seeing Miss Ringer fall motionless right in front of her, that she wouldn't have seen the open hatch and fallen right through it. That explains the noise that caused you to faint as well, Miss Hart. It was the sound of Kay crash landing onto the storeroom floor. Yeah, I suppose. Can't believe something like that done knocked me out so long, though. So in summary, by the time Miss Needler found Kay, you were already sound asleep behind the statue. I think we've got a good grasp on what occurred up to this point. Nurse Needler, if you'd continue. Sure. So I found Kay, and next I found Miss Ringer. And I put them both in the clothes box. I couldn't risk any of the auction goers seeing them. That would have caused a real hullabaloo. What was your idea? Was that your idea, or the ringleader's? Theirs. But putting the raincoat on Miss Ringer was my own idea. So I tried to get rid of it before they found out what I'd done. I imagine they were none too pleased when it showed up as a surprise piece of evidence in this case. And lastly, the ringleader and I put her in an auctioneer's outfit we'd prepared. Of course, which completed the deception and made everyone think she was the auctioneer. All in all, the auction finished up without anybody noticing anything. And that was that. Now that we know the extent of your crimes, Nurse Needler, if you have anything further to share, I'd advise you to do so immediately. I wish I could tell you more, but I'm sorry, that's all I know. Oh, except for one other thing. It did seem a little strange, I guess. When I was borrowing Miss Ringer's clothes, I took everything I could, but I couldn't take her hair, obviously, so... Ow! You're dang right you couldn't take her hair. What kind of medical professional are you? That's where you draw the line? Taking her clothes was okay. Her hair was totally different. The style, the length, everything. I kinda panicked. But the ringleader thought of everything, including wigs. 2 of them, in fact. There was a straight one and a wavy one. They were both stashed in the clothes box. 2 wigs, but why? Right? I wondered that too. I thought maybe they were worried she might have changed up her style. Anyway, I took the straight one. That was the one that matched her hair on the day. Leaving her a wavy wig in the box. What did her hair look like? That's straight enough, I suppose. Why would this come up, though? Because we didn't really talk about hair anywhere else. Did we? No, we most certainly did not. How strange. And that's everything you know? There's nothing else you're forgetting? No. Uh-huh? No, really, Grandma, that's everything. And I take it you really have no idea who the ringleader might be? Sorry, I only know that they were in charge of the auction. I didn't see them without their mask on. And they are pretty careful to keep their identity a secret from everyone. Ugh, if I can't get something concrete on them. Oh ho ho! Well, Miles, are we about done? You've proven the nurse was part of the murder plot. Sadly for you, that doesn't change a whole lot. It does nothing to prove that Kay Faraday isn't the ringleader. Justice must prevail. We can't change the law, even for your sake. Is this it? Am I not going to be able to save Kay?
Objection!
Oh, is that Franziska? Hey, she's finally arrived. What was she doing? I forgot. I don't remember what... I really don't remember what she was doing last time. Franziska? What are you doing here? As I told you before, Miles Edgeworth, where the case leads, I follow. Your dedication is an inspiration to us all. But don't go getting the wrong idea, little brother. I'm only here to deliver the truth regarding the suspect. Oh, that's weird. Don't call Miles your little brother. He's older than you. He's better than you. How much, education-wise, I believe, because he was literally your, pretty much your upperclassman, even though you were both taught by Von Manfred. And also, you never really had that dynamic with him. Rather, it was the other way around. I kind of hate that you said that. I'm only here to deliver the truth regarding the suspect. I'm certainly not here to forgive you for abandoning the way the prosecutor... Okay, I knew she was going to say that. They just put a long pause. I understand that. You should thank your former subordinate for what I'm about to share. In his desperation to help Kay Faraday, he gave me a valuable piece of information. Detective Gumshoe did that? Prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth, for the final piece of the puzzle. Rosie Ringer's head wound was the first of the injuries she suffered, not the second. Well, someone say something. Yes, there's no easy way to say this, Franziska, but we already proved that ourselves. You... what? Yes, just a few minutes... well, why didn't you say so sooner? You didn't exactly give us a chance. And I suppose you know about the murder weapon, too. No, not yet. Huh, good. Then listen up. Well, I'm pretty sure it's the gavel, yeah? The victim was struck on the head with a blunt object bearing a circular surface, and the wounds to the chest were actually inflicted post-mortem. Circular surface?
Objection.
And you're certain of that, I assume? Your sources are above board? Two trusted medical professionals reached the same conclusion independently. You couldn't ask for more.
Objection.
That's certainly good to know. Fortunately, you're overstepping the bounds of... Of what? I am the prosecutor in charge of Interpol's investigation into the underground auction. And this murder occurred during that auction. It would be negligent of me not to pursue leads pertaining to related parties. Especially the victim. My. You've really become quite the force to be reckoned with, haven't you, my dear? Then, all parties are in agreement. The victim died from a blow to the head. Sadly, the murder weapon itself has yet to be identified. Based on the shape, I might have an idea or two. But, guys, I didn't turn up any other weapon during my investigation. And yet, one only need think about the setting in an auctioneer's tools, and the answer should be obvious. An object with a circular surface used in an circular surface used in an auction. We're obviously talking about an auctioneer's hammer. What would an auctioneer have readily at the hand? An auctioneer's hammer, of course. But we never found one of those. If the auctioneer was indeed the killer, it does seem a likely candidate for the murder weapon. But without the evidence to support your theory, it remains nothing more than that. Oh, I have just the evidence you need right here. This piece of evidence strongly suggests that the auctioneer's hammer was the murder weapon. The absence of the banging after the... Yeah, right here.
Take that!
Miss Hart told us something very important about the auction after the murder occurred. She said that the very prominent sound of the auctioneer's hammer could no longer be heard. Now, why would that be? I'll tell you why. Because it had just been used in murder, and was covered in the victim's blood. It would need to be disposed of. Isn't that right, Chairman Winner? I'll have our people look into this right away. Oh ho ho! You really are like a dog with a bone, aren't you, dear boy? But if you can't dedicate yourself to a cause when you're young, When can you, huh? He seems very confident we'll never find it. Very well. A search for the murder weapon will be conducted. In the meantime, this court is in recess. Oh, look at that. Is that a break? Hey, a to be continued. You know, that's probably the last one in the chapter. And you know, let's keep up our good and healthy habits from last time. We're going to take a short break to get water and stretch. Huh. Yep, I have hiccups a bit. Where's the break time screen? Hold on. Break time. Break time. I shall return momentarily. And I am back. Ooh, I touched my mic settings a little bit because I noticed I accidentally bumped one of the bumpers, or like the sliders. So I might be a little bit quieter than I was before, unless I bumped it while I was getting up. I'm not really sure. Anyway, back to the game, shall we? This should be the final stretch. Now let's see, how do they want us to proceed through this? What findings did they find? I assume they did not find the weapon. Silence in the courtroom, please. Miss Von Karma, if you'd be so kind as to update us on the progress on the search? Oh, it's not good news, I'm afraid. The entire big building has been searched from top to bottom, and no auctioneer's hammer was found anywhere. But, that is bad news indeed. Was it Gavel's hammer? Spend your time break getting exercise? Cosmo grabbed your sock and tried to kill it? Aye aye, that's what we like to see. Playing with animals and getting exercise. 2 for 1. Anyway, what was I saying? Right, I think it might be Gavel's gavel that was used, because the thing is, Gavel never really let it leave her side. But considering she came here last night, I wouldn't necessarily doubt that she left it here. So it could be that. Also, she could just have a spot here that she leaves it in. That is bad news indeed. Then, we have no choice but to move ahead with the verdict. Ah, such a terrible shame. Cats certainly can get more exercise. Though in the case of dogs, it's mostly the fact that you're supposed to actually take them out to like big open areas to run around in to keep them healthy. Because they're really not great at playing in small spaces. But I suppose only a fool would have left a murder weapon behind. That's certainly not what I'd expect from a first-rate criminal mind. No, just not enough to work with here. I can't carry us any further on my own. Yes, really is a tragedy, but such is life, I suppose. I was just thinking back over the defendants I've made plea deals with over the years. People who poured their hearts out to me, who trusted me with every detail of their crimes. And then, when it all came to the sentencing, I recommended life in prison every time. For every single one. Oh, if only you could see them. The stupid, dumbfounded looks on their faces. Matt, you are being openly evil now. The verdict will now be passed. All present will accept the goddess's word as law. There's nothing more I can do. Kay and I are both— No, point out her gavel. If only we had some proof. I never imagined I'd be passing judgment on you under such circumstances. Actually, when did she come by? I think that's an important note, actually. The records. Here it is. Yeah, gavel came by long before the auction would have started, so she absolutely could have left her gavel here. End of the road, huh? By the power vested in me, Excelsius winner, this court hereby indicts you for your crimes. But what? Huh? What on earth's gotten into you, Verity? I submit for the court's consideration the case file of a certain incident, namely the IS-7 incident, a murder that took place 18 years ago. And what does that file have to do with— Wait, you mean your late night visit to this chamber, that was to— Precisely. I came here to retrieve these documents. Though sadly, it would seem that I arrived too early to catch the auction itself. When we spoke of the matter before, I implied that I had come to retrieve the files pertaining to your own case. You'll have to forgive me. That was a ruse to buy myself more time. Ooh, can I look at those? Hold on, let me see. Prosecutor Manfred von Karma. Yep. And Tangaroa. Bonnie and Artie Frost discovered the mansion. Carmelo Gusto and Artie Frost's sons would both visit the mansion through the day before the incident. From the day of the incident onward, their whereabouts are unknown. I feel like that's going to be important, because it still hasn't come up. You don't like— I know, it's really weird whenever they flip sides like that. It's so strange. But at times it can be nice. I think there was one incident where Edgeworth was actually on the defendant's side of the room. Not the defendant, but the defense's side of the room. It was quite nice, even if it was quite a bit jarring. What the heck are you doing, Gavel? You can't just accuse my dad. Without proper grounds, it's deformation. Excellent observation, Eustace. It is? And of course, I have the grounds to make such an accusation. 18 years ago, Mr. Manfred von Karma had some details about the victim's body fabricated. Details he was forced to fabricate when the sculptor Artie Frost's body went missing. My papa? Fabricating information? What is the meaning of this? Oh, wait, is this before Franziska realizes that Manfred's kind of evil? Ian Seidman, the detective originally assigned to this case, did in fact report that the body had gone missing. However, it seems that a certain someone wasn't very pleased with Mr. von Karma, and deliberately withheld that information in order to bring him down a few pegs. What? What? This individual refuses to allow anyone to go against their wishes or to challenge their power. They are known to go to extreme lengths in order to bring those who defy them to heel. 18 years ago, they were no different. In fact, they even ordered Dr. Hertz to create a fake autopsy report for the IS-7 incident. What? She was responsible for the fake report? No, wait, you have to understand. Grandma, she's not a bad person. She had to do what she said. She didn't have any choice. Oh, what, he? Where'd the he come from? She didn't say he. Oh, he said. They did say he. He? The person in question was the chief prosecutor at the time. The chief prosecutor 18 years ago? No. The man who gave Papa the first penalty of his career. Oh, I just realized they said first penalty. That's funny. Because he did get more penalties in the case with Phoenix. Excelsius winner, it was you.
Objection!
What are you all talking about? My dad would never do something like that. I'm sorry, Eustace, but your opinion on the matter is not needed here. Well, Chairman Winner, do you have anything to say for yourself? All that nonsense with the body, that was Manfred's doing. Such a willful boy. And the fake autopsy report? Hilda, how could you? I can't believe you naughty kids would do such a dishonest thing behind my back. Huh. We could just ask her why she did it. She is standing right over there, after all. Hold it! Wait, Grandma can't, she's— Ow! Grandma, I'm sorry. I knew. That's why I... Right, exactly. If I didn't, everybody would have found out about what you did. And they said he was going to charge you if you didn't help... If I didn't help them with their plan. Oh. Oh, the water Phantom's goggles then? Oh, I missed it. I've been looking for that. Okay. Also, I think at this point it's safe to say that Needler is not Callisto Yu, if she really has this much of a history with Hertz. They said that he would... I just had to do what the auctioneer said. Ugh. So, you were coerced into it, were you, Nurse Needler? And just to be clear, the auctioneer was Chairman Winner. I'm sorry, but I honestly don't know. The person forcing me to help them was the auctioneer. And they definitely looked to be about the same build as the chairman, but I never saw their face. Well, there must be something. Any detail, no matter how small, will do. Oh, wait. Their mask didn't cover their whole face. And the part that wasn't covered had a tattoo on it. I remember that much for sure. Oh my god, I just realized what it is. His beard is fake. It's the wavy wig. How did no one realize this? People interact with this man on a daily basis. Oh, wait. Does he always wear a beard wig? Is that what's happening here? Oh, that's so weird. But, I mean, I guess it works. I don't know why he's doing it, though. Is he really just, like, ashamed? Or was this part of his master's plan? A tattoo.
Objection.
This all sounds very dramatic, but I don't know what you're talking about. There's no tattoo anywhere on my face. I think I'd know if there was one, wouldn't you? Which means I can't be the ringleader, no matter how much you want me to be. I only hope you can figure out who this shameless manipulator might be. I did notice he's touching his beard a lot, but I thought that was just, like, his thing. Because every character has some sort of... Not character, but every antagonist has some sort of fiddling animation. Except for, like, the super serious ones. They can be very still. It's quite ominous. Once again, I just need to say, I love Damon Gant. He is a fantastic antagonist. I know we haven't seen him on stream, because I never played the very first game here. But he's fantastic. Love him.
Overruled.
Your contempt for this courtroom is an insult to the goddess. Are you sure it's not you who's feeling insulted here? I am not the only one who's been trying to bring you to justice. Miss Ringer has been trying too. And I refuse to let her sacrifice be in vain. The young Rosie was looking to take me down, you say? But why? I barely knew her. Oh, I've always had a certain magnetic charm, but I don't remember ever catching that particular eye. You barely knew the victim? Why, I do believe this is a new statement. The goddess demands that you offer your full testimony on the record. Yeah, she's your fellow committee member, and you've been on the committee for at least 18 years. So, that's how this is gonna go, huh? You mean to hound me until I finally break? Well, if that's the way you want to play it, fine. I'll destroy you all. Every last one of you. Mr. Edgeworth, please allow me to work with you on this one. What? I doubt you'll get another chance to put him on the stand. So, let's make the most of this opportunity. Of course, Your Honor. Oh, I hate that they're trying to make me like Gavel. I don't think I'm ever going to like her, but... you know, I do like working with her, I will say that much, because I like having horrible people on my side. I wouldn't have it any other way. Now, Chairman Winner, you will tell this court everything you know about Miss Ringer. Young Rosie was a member of the committee, of course. But we never really had any personal interactions, at least none that I remember. I had no motives to murder the poor girl whatsoever, and I have absolutely no idea why she was after me. Well, no, you did have a motive, because she snuck into the auction. Time he managed to make the water vanish and appear and vanish again, very efficient. Man, I keep missing it. How am I missing it? I mean, I guess it's because every time I think I don't need to pay attention, I look at the text, and that's when it's happening. It feels like I'm blinking at the same time he's blinking or something. So you don't mean to accept your part in any of this? Of course he doesn't. He isn't guilty. How could he be? He's my dad. The winner of winners. That's very kind of you, Eustace, but you'll need more than mere words if you plan to cover for me. Right, you got it. I won't let them pin this on you. I believe in you, Dad. You'll beat Edgeworth, I know you will. Yes, yes. You really are such a sweet, simple child. He really loves his dad, huh? But that's no excuse for him to ignore his father's crimes. No matter how much he respects him, regardless of their station in life, all criminals will be made to atone for their sins in time. You know, this is really starting to feel like a final chapter kind of case. If it wasn't for the fact that there's so many loose ends, of course. It kind of makes me wonder how they're going to up the ante, because they always do at the end. Except for the last game. The last game really, really sucked at the end. This won't be easy on Mr. Winter, but it has to be done. We can't let his father get away with this. Now then. How do I want to attack this one? Yep, she's a member of the committee. Don't really need to press that, unless we want to get more details out of him on his relationship. But if we were doing that, we'd have to press here. We never really had a personal interaction with her. No motive to murder her. Well, she snuck in. I know they work really well together with their poses. Let's see. You had no motive to murder her. Well, she snuck in, and she was presumably trying to get some sort of revenge on you. Let's see. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, the ringleader had a reason, because the ringleader knew that she was coming to get them. And if we assume you're the ringleader, that would work. You have no idea why she was after you. Well, I mean, she could have been after you because of the I-7 incident, right? Because you fudged it? I think we just need to press everything here. Oh, I did not want to do that. That's the looping dialogue. Don't read that yet. No, no. Okay, we'll start from the beginning and press everything.
Hold it!
As a member of the committee, you must at least have been familiar with her face. Sure, but that's about all. I saw her every once in a while. But we never really had any personal interactions. At least none that I remember. So you're saying you barely knew the victim at all? That's exactly what I'm saying, my boy. Yes. Why, I never even knew about the burn mark on her hand. You didn't? I mean, what's the point? You get to know someone, but before you know it, they're gone. It's become such a pain to remember things about others. They're here one day and gone the next. But come on, man, you aren't that old. Yes, because they dare to stand up to you, and you make them disappear. If you could please add this remark about the victim's burn to your testimony, Chairman Winter. Now that seems like some very useful information. Where could I bring this up at? Where exactly? Indeed. Let's see. Where do we mention the burn, actually? I'm not sure. It's not mentioned here, is it? No. I check every, like, documentation I have to see if any of them mention the burn. Not that one. Not that one. Not this one, right? Prominent burn on the back of the victim's right hand. I don't know, it feels kind of weird to not know about that. It's right on her hand, and she's probably not in the habit of wearing gloves. Let's see. Not there. I don't know, I feel like I should bring in the autopsy report. That's the only place we can see the burn. I don't know, let's press the statement, see if we get more out of it. You're sure you didn't know about the burn mark? You really don't let up, do you? I'm in the habit of memorizing who has a scar on their hand and who doesn't. But this wasn't just any old scar. I'd say it's pretty noticeable, in fact. Perhaps under normal circumstances, but now that I think about it, Miss Ringer did always wear gloves. Oh, okay, that's really helpful to know. That's exactly what I wanted to know, actually. Truth be told, I wasn't aware of the burn mark until after the incident myself. The victim's hands were always covered by a pair of gloves. It makes sense, of course. People can be very self-conscious about such things. Kind of like you and your fake beard. I can only sympathize, being something of a sensitive soul myself. I hope you're not too sensitive to append that statement to your testimony. Let's see, always wearing gloves, you say? Well, she wasn't wearing gloves when she died. And she wasn't wearing gloves before she died either, because she had blood on her hand.
Objection!
Really? That doesn't count? Oh, come on. Plus she said the murderer knew about the burn mark? Oh, you are right! Okay, I was about to go on a wild goose chase. Talking about how she's not wearing gloves right now. But yeah, good job. Good catch. One of the people recorded had a prominent burn. Can I see that? Can I read it? No? Okay, that's fine.
Objection!
Yeah, I would have been stuck on that one for a while. So, Miss Ringer always wore gloves. If she did, that raises a rather important question, and highlights a contradiction. Contradiction, you say? Really? If we listen again to the conversation that was captured by the stuffed cow, you'll see what I mean. And I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. Nothing to say for yourself. I've waited so long for this day. Now I'll finally have my revenge. Well, don't be shocked. You've been here for a while. It only makes sense that you'll start picking up on things. I mean, these games kind of rely on the audience picking up on things. I mean, you might note whenever I get something wrong, I immediately skip because I know the music isn't cut out. And this game is series, like just as a whole, is filled with things like that. And it's kind of a flaw in a way because it really hurts people who jump in halfway. But if you've been playing since the beginning and you dealt with all the jank in the first game, it really helps train you to know what to look for. We can be reasonably certain that what we just heard is the moment the victim was attacked. I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. We assumed those words were the words of the killer. And what's the problem with that? It seems like a perfectly sensible assumption to me. I'm afraid not, Chairman Winner. For you see, if the victim was always wearing gloves, just as you testified, then the burn marks on her hand should not have been visible to her killer. I'm surprised because I usually pay attention to the visual stuff. Oh, you do say that. Also, you know, they've been using that same blue animated background in every single game. At least every, like, remade game. And it always feels weird to me seeing it without hearing the original music. You speak as if gloves can be easily removed. You should have taken them off during the auction. Or she could have taken them off during the auction. That's... Hold it, but she hadn't. She was still wearing them when I changed places with her. So they must have been on her hands when she was being murdered, too. Oh, what are you saying, my dear? You do know how much trouble you're in, don't you? I'm not scared of you anymore. I have Grandma on my side now. Now it's time for you to pay the piper, Winner. You dang devil. I see. So you're both looking to disappear, too. That can be arranged. Not this time, Excelsius Winner. The only person disappearing will be you.
Objection!
And hey, you can't talk to my dad like that. Who cares if the burn was covered up? Why does that even matter?
Objection!
Oh, it matters quite a lot. Because it turns out our understanding of the burn mark is on his head. Oh, wait. Because it turns out our understanding of the burn mark on his head. But what do you mean? What can the fact that the victim's burn mark was covered up possibly tell us? Wait, hold on. Victim's burn mark was covered up. Which means the murderer had a burn mark too? Is that what we're trying to say? I don't know, that's actually kind of weird. I mean, this isn't the first weird thing they've had in the case, but I could just also be getting confused. Oh, is it the murderer who had the burn mark? Oh yeah, okay, I just put it together. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. Think about it like this, Mr. Winter. The victim was wearing gloves, and therefore the burn mark on her hand would not have been visible. In which case, whose burn mark was it that was being referenced in the recording? Somebody who, wasn't the victim? Precisely, which can only mean that the culprit had a prominent burn mark too. Or to put it another way, I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn mark from me. Those words were spoken not by the murderer, but by the victim. No way!
Objection!
Huh. Eustace, my boy, would you mind stepping aside for a sec? Oh my god. He has the fire out. Of course he has burns. He's constantly playing with a lighter. Also, I think him playing with the lighter so much and catching his beard on fire is also another hint that the beard is fake. Because there's no way he would be doing that if he actually usually had a beard, right? Or maybe he burnt it off and that's why he needs the wig? It's one of the two. Look, Miles. It's nice to see you having fun with your little flights of fancy, but let's get serious. So the murderer had a burn mark now? Really? Where? Your little theory will either take flight or die, depending on your answers here, I'm afraid. He's not messing around. I had to figure out where that burn mark was, and fast. I wonder where it could have been. All the auction people were wearing disguises, right? It's on his face. Oh, the tattoos! It's not tattoos, it's a burn. That's what it is. Yes, and each disguise was different. Yet in spite of that, the burn mark was visible to the victim somehow. Which means... Well, shall we? Enlighten us, why don't you? Where was the murderer's burn mark? I assume you have some evidence. Oh, can I say it's on your face? How do I point that out? I'm not really sure how I would say the face specifically. Maybe... No, not there. Oh, hold on, there is dialogue here, right? Let's see. No, that's not useful. Heart's statement. No, you didn't talk about the mask. I need you to talk about the green mask. Where was that discussed? There's Needler's statement. A ringleader prepared wigs in order to enable their accomplice to disguise themselves as Ringer. One would go straight, the other wavy. Ringer's hair was straight, so the wavy was not used. I mean, that's going to be useful eventually, but that's still not telling me that about the mask. I mean, I guess I could just use it and hope it works. Why did I never get the green mask in here? That's so strange. I'm gonna try this. Oh, wait. There, I'm gonna try this and see if it works.
Take that!
No, okay, I thought that, I didn't think that would be the case. I think that's the next step. I'm just thinking ahead. In that case, how do I say the face? It would be really nice if you had a point and click, you know? Let's see. Oh, here it is. Okay, it's the mask is in here. Mask on the walls. I was going actually to click over to that, but then I hit down and I saw this. Here it is. Here is my evidence. The outfit the ringleader was wearing throughout the auction. Or rather, the outfit you were wearing, Chairman Winner. Oh, what exactly is that supposed to tell us, hmm? A suit, white gloves, and a mask. This disguise should have covered almost all of your skin. But according to Nurse Needler's testimony, the auctioneer's mask didn't quite cover your entire face. And not only that, she claims to have seen a tattoo on the part that was exposed. But was it a tattoo? Or did she simply mistake a burn mark for one? Delay hitting hard again? You already get disproven before the message even shows up? Oh yeah, I'm sorry about that. I told you, I mentioned it earlier. I tried some new settings to see if I could fix the whole 720p thing. It didn't work. It's just made the delay worse is all. A burn mark on the face?
Objection.
Oh, does Eustace know about it? Sorry to interrupt you while you're so clearly enjoying yourself, dear boy. But I regret to inform you that none of the committee members have such a burn. Myself included, of course. Usually been more consistent. Oh, it's been more consistent than usual, really? Oh, in that case maybe it is fine. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the dashboard that Twitch uses is not exactly great for monitoring my streams. It's a lot... It honestly would be better if I just opened up the stream itself and just watched from there on a separate device. But alas, I don't really have a separate device here because I'm already using my phone and my computer for this weird setup of mine. Myself included, of course. But Dad, Eustace, you think you can be quiet, please? You can be foolish on your own time, later. Well, you may be an annoyance most of the time, Mr. Winner. But on this particular occasion, I'm grateful for your presence. A reaction like that from you, his son, is as good an indicator of the truth as I could have hoped for. And it gives me a much-needed confidence boost concerning another theory of mine. Namely, who that one unexplained item belongs to. What's the matter, Mr. Winner? I think he might be in shock. After all, he's usually the last to figure things out. But in this case, he seems to have gotten there all too quickly. He knows that his father is indeed the real murderer. He's sad because he knows the truth? So, it's better not to know the truth at all? No, Kay, it's what we came here for. It doesn't matter how we get there. The important thing is finding the truth. You yourself told me that once, right when I needed to hear it the most. Now, it's time for me to repay the favor and show you the truth of your own innocence. I want to know, too, the truth of what really happened. So please, Mr. Edgeworth, won't you show me? I very much intend to. Oh ho ho! You don't know when to give up, do you? Where is this burn, then? Perhaps you could point it out to me. But you can't, can you? It is nowhere to be found, just like your evidence that I'm the killer. Yeah, hunt for contradictions all you like. You won't find any. Because he's my dad, a winner, through and through. I understand, Mr. Winner. I completely understand why you don't want to believe it's true. But if you ignore the truth now, you will regret it for as long as you live. Uh-huh? Dad, what do I do? I just don't understand it. How could I have raised such an utter buffoon? If you really wish to help your father, Eustace, you can try thinking on your own for once in your life, you useless nitwit. Oh, but I try all the time, Dad. All I do is try. I went to the school you wanted me to go to. I aced every test. Look at my jacket. They only give these to the valedictorian. I did everything you told me to. I worked like crazy and graduated at the top of my class. I tried to be just like you and win as many trophies as I could, but...
Objection.
Huh. You really are just a simpering simpleton, aren't you? Oh, you know, the word simp has changed in meaning quite a bit, but it actually works quite well here. What, Those tests you aced? I had the school give you perfect scores in all of them. Oh, well, no wonder you raised them to be so slow, because you didn't let them grow. Those debate and speech competitions you won? The judges were all friends of mine. If you never even realized that much, there's no hope for you, I'm afraid. And none at all. You're no son of mine. Even you must see that. Oh. Man, he is really terrible. I mean, I felt bad for Eustace for a while now, but I didn't expect it to be that bad. Oh, gone. My own son. They all leave in the end. You know, this game has a thing with sons leaving their fathers. Oh my god, I just realized that's going to be like a theme, isn't it? Because we already know Edgeworth isn't going to be an attorney. So they played the games a little bit out of order. With this, I mean, as in, I'm playing this one after the main series, but the whole theme of the last chapter is going to be about Edgeworth deciding to leave behind the defense attorney office, right? Probably. They all leave in the end. Oh, I mean, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Even when he was trying, he was failing. And he did it all for me. I think you should try harder. You're a disgrace. You don't deserve to be a father, and you certainly don't deserve to be a chairman of this committee. Even I feel sorry for the boy now. Poor Mr. Winner. Usually don't put out the swears in writing. I know their words worked. Oh yeah, I certainly understand that. Explain yourself, Chairman Winner. Just what do you think your son is to treat him in such a way? An utterly useless pawn sounds about right. And you're one to talk, Verity. You tried to worm your way into my trust by using Eustace too. I cannot deny it. However, I have never thought of him as a mere pawn. He may not be naturally gifted as a prosecutor, but he tries. In some ways, he tries harder than anybody. That's what I have witnessed during my time with him. Yet you would call him useless? How could you?
Objection.
Oh ho ho ho! Because he is, Verity, my girl. He's utterly incapable of doing anything I ask him. Mr. Edgeworth, I entrust my offering to the goddess to you, so that you may use it to call her final judgment unto Excelsius Winner. Thank you, Your Honor. I've been more than ready to do so. The ringleader had a visible burn mark on their face that night, and it would follow that Chairman Winner is currently hiding that mark somehow. How exactly was he dressed during the auction? That will be the key to solving this case at last. Now then, your answer, please. It would be the clothing box, which has... No, not that. I thought that one was the one that said it had the wigs inside of it. Is it Nurse Needler's statement? Ah, here it is, the wigs.
Take that.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's all coming together. What's up with the Jammin' Ninja mask, though? Was it just to implicate Kay? Recall Nurse Needler's testimony, if you will. There was one thing we never quite resolved. The second wig. The one that wasn't used. I seem to remember it being wavy. What are you two talking about? Nurse Needler apparently found some very interesting items when she went to swap places with the victim. And what do they have to do with the burn mark? What she found were two wigs. One was intended to make her look more like the victim. But what was the other one for? I don't suppose it was meant to be a spare. doesn't take a huge leap of imagination to see the truth. Compare Chairman Winner's current appearance to that of the ringleader as it was described to us. Huh? Stop it. Stop staring at me. You like Verity a bit more, though? It still sucks that she's become sort of a mother figure to use this. Here's the thing. The game's doing a really good job of making Gavel, likable. You know, she's very ruthless. That much is certain. And a ruthless character is usually a good character, in which case, in that regard, she is. I just really hate how blatantly corrupt she seems to be, and also somewhat incompetent she seems to be in the other chapters. It really gets on my nerves. It's like a opposite of Edgeworth, because Edgeworth he wasn't necessarily corrupt, except for that one time. But he was always very upfront about it, and very rubbing it in your face, smug. I mean, look at his face. You can see it right now. He's very smug. And he had a very different air whenever he was the antagonist than Gavel did. I'm not really sure how I'd word it, but I like to do a retrospective stream at the end of the Ace Attorney games, so I'll probably have it in better words by then. I didn't do it for the last game, though, because I wanted to just bundle these two together. One very prominent difference presents itself. His face. Or rather, what's around it. You mean, it wasn't a wig after all? Indeed. Not a wig intended to go on top of the head in any case. It's a fake beard all along, wasn't it, Excelsius Winner? This is all my own, dear boy. How very unkind of you to suggest otherwise. We saw how your son reacted when he realized the truth. And how desperately he tried to cover for you, even in light of his realization. Yet you still feared that he might expose you. Rather than take that risk, you bullied him until he couldn't take it anymore. Because he knew. He knew that your beard hides a prominent burn mark. Chairman Winner, I insist that you remove your beard this instant. Hey, here's this breakdown. I think we've won. Oh, all of his hair is gone. And, of course, the burn's the shape of his skull. How did that happen? Did you get branded? There it is. The burn mark. Mr. Edgeworth, for bringing evil to justice before the eyes of the goddess, you have my thanks. No, thank you. I couldn't have done it without you. Excelsius Winner, in the name of the goddess, I hereby pronounce my verdict. In the matter of the murder of Miss Rosie Ringer, this court finds you guilty. Hey, look at that, we made it to the end. You know, this was a bit longer than I thought it would. I thought it'd be an hour, hour and a half at tops, but apparently I was missing 2 hours, 15 minutes or so of trial or case. I most certainly would not have been able to make it to the end last time. It is a very strange sentence. Yeah. I was actually thinking about that. And I was kind of dwelling on it for a second, because, yeah, no, never mind. I'll keep those thoughts for probably later. Or maybe I'll just forget about them. No, I'm going to bring it up. So, the original Ace Attorney game has what the fandom would like to describe as a lot of homoerotic subtext between Edgeworth and Phoenix. And it's really, really plain to see. And the people who make the game are very well aware of it, if you look at any of the marketing. And beard being a slang term for, like, what was it for specifically? I don't remember the exact definition of it. But its existence as a slang term and its existence in this franchise sort of gave me pause for a moment. I'm still kind of in shock because my mind made that connection. I think I've been hanging around Ace Attorney too much recently. Mr. Edgeworth, I can't thank you enough. You never gave up on me, even when I gave up on myself. That's very kind of you. There's no need to thank me. As a prosecutor... Oh, no. As a friend, it was the least I could do. Oh, upbeat music. Have we heard this particular track before? I don't recall it. Mr. Edgeworth, rejoice. I've learned that Chairman Winner has been safely delivered to the detention center. Search for the missing auction hammer continues. However, we are talking about Chairman Winner here, so it's highly likely that it has already been destroyed. In addition, there is one matter I must inform you of. Apparently a fake beard is called a postiche. I did not know it had a word. But I suppose it makes sense. Most things have words, just not necessarily in every single language. Oh, hold on. Did I read this line? I think I did. I'll do it anyway. In addition, there's one matter I must inform you of. The chairman made a rather strange statement. According to him, the letters were not a part of his plan. What? How could that be? He claims that he and Miss Needler found this letter on Mr. Ringer's person. And that they found the second letter on Kay's unconscious body. From their contents, the letters seem to be ones of correspondence. So he leapt to the conclusion that they must have been working with each other. That's quite the conclusion to jump to. Oh, and that's a setup for the next chapter, isn't it? There's no word for it in your language, just fake beard. Aye. As he read the letters, that's when he came up with the idea to frame Mr. Faraday for Miss Ringer's murder. So he decided to place the victims in a very conspicuous place. Namely, in her left chest pocket. Sounds to me like he was just trying to make excuses for himself. Yes, I certainly thought the same. Perhaps it was some sort of last-ditch ploy on his part. But it matters not. He will answer to the goddess now. And under her scrutiny, such strategies cannot hope to succeed. He will not escape justice. And with that, one of the duties which I have been entrusted with is complete at last. Judge Gavel, before you go, can you tell us what you know about how Chairman Winner came to murder Miss Ringer? There's more there, isn't there? Yes, and I suppose you have earned the right to the whole truth. Oh, really? Are we gonna get, like, a whole backstory section? Miss Ringer once had a lover, a press photographer. He was investigating the underground auctions as a freelance journalist. But before he could uncover the truth behind the auctions, he was disappeared. All Miss Ringer was left with were the memories and personal effects of her lover. And so, seeking revenge on Chairman Winner, she made her appearance at the auction. Unfortunately for her, her opponent struck first. I see. So that's the story behind the case. While the goddess does not condone acts of wanton vengeance, Miss Ringer's actions have exposed Chairman Winner's crimes at last. That's good. After all, not good. I mean, that makes sense. After all, there's no better way to expose a crime than get a body involved. They are notoriously difficult to get rid of. So, that was your real goal. You were tasked with exposing Excelsius Winner and the corruption at the heart of the committee. Does anybody know what happened to Mr. Winner? I'm afraid I haven't been able to get in touch with him. Do you have any idea why? Probably because I wasn't there for him just now when he needed me most. Oh, I really feel bad for him. Well, don't pity him too much. At least he knows the truth now. And no matter how hard it might be, he'll need to learn to accept it. If he can't, he'll never be able to move on with his life. Trust me. Now she is speaking from experience. Father's influence isn't easily erased, and he's also speaking from experience. But in time, he can hopefully try and change his ways. You're right. You've got to be. And Kay, if she had her memories, would also be speaking from experience. Wow, look at that. All three of them have father issues. How surprising. Well, I guess now there's 4 people in this game that have father issues. That really seems to be a theme here, doesn't it? I'm surprised it took me so long to pick up on that. Can I change too, I wonder? Can I move on with my life? Is Kay gonna be out of commission in this next chapter? I feel like she is. Are you okay, Kay? How's that head feeling? I'm fine. Thank you. I'm so sorry, Kay. You were my patient. I had a responsibility to you, and instead, I let them accuse you of— Ow! Dang right. We ain't just in the business of fixing bodies, missy. The mind's where it all begins. You're right, Grandma. Speaking of which, how's your memory? I know, there are a lot of daddy issues in this game. It's like, with a little more time, maybe I'll be able to remember some more? Please, forgive me, but I had better be on my way. I am to preside over the trial of Fifi Lagarde in a bit. Fifi Lagarde? Hold on, I know that name. Where is it from? Fifi Lagarde. Who is that? Who is it? I'm looking it up. Who is this? I know this name. Fifi Lagarde. Show me her face. Oh, it's the prison warden. Okay. That makes sense. And it also makes... Yeah, the warden lady. I'm really bad at remembering the names of characters from in the game I'm playing, unless they're main characters. It's usually only after I do the retrospective stream that I remember all their names. With the exception, of course, with the original trilogy, because I love that trilogy, and I played that a long time ago. The Bronco Knight case, huh? Who's the defense attorney? It was supposed to be Miss Ringer, but as she's no longer with us, we are still in the process of finding her replacement. Miss Ringer was scheduled to represent Warden Lagarde, and of course, until we find Eustace, there's nobody to act as the prosecution either. In any case, I must take my leave. Aye, aye, the delay got you again. Wait, please, what about Mr. Edgeworth's badge? What's going to happen to it now? With its chairman under arrest, the committee's activities have been suspended for the time being. So to answer your question, it's complicated. It's all up to the goddess now. But... Don't worry about it, Kay. It's a consequence of my own making. And I assume you do not mean to change your mind? Of course not. I chose the path of the truth, and I chose it willingly. With Chairman Winner out of the picture, justice is in the hands of the righteous once more. If you did wish to follow the path of the prosecutor again, Mr. Edgeworth, I would be more than happy to facilitate such a decision. It's very kind of you to offer, but I can't accept your help this time. I can't ask for my badge back when I'm not even sure if I want it anymore. I see. It seems we are destined to continue on different paths then. Heh. Well, I'll trust you to keep my badge safe until they converge again. With all I have. In the meantime, I have here a token of the goddess's mercy. You may return this notebook to its rightful owner. Hey, look at that, the Promises Diary. I was waiting for it to come back. And also, I accurately predicted it would be the epilogue thing. Kay's Promise Notebook. It seems it was due to be sold in the auction. And with the name Kay written on its cover, Chairman Winner made the connection immediately and knew who it belonged to. It was the same name as the one in the letters, after all. The letters he claimed to know nothing about? I suppose he insisted he didn't prepare them. Yes, he also had something else to say. Apparently, he thought that Miss Faraday was after her notebook, and that Miss Ringer was after his life. And that their respective goals are what led them to cooperate and infiltrate the auction together. Fortunately for him, he misread the situation completely. It was all just happenstance. Kay had known of a defense attorney who was also a member of the committee. There's no way she wouldn't have told me. That just isn't like her. Your belief in her is touching. While the notebook did become part of the Chairman Winner's cover-up scheme, it is also a treasured possession of Miss Faraday's, which is why I'd like for her to have it back, as, I am sure, would the goddess. Thank you. I pray that it helps her to recover her lost memories. I kind of want her to stay, out of commission for this next chapter. I think it'd make it a lot more interesting. Is everything alright? Judge Gavel wanted me to return something important to you. Oh, whoa! POV shot. That's really rare. Wow. Isn't that... always greet people with a smile. Even people you don't know. Never cry in front of strangers. Daddy, I wrote them all down, Daddy. Yeah, I'm gonna keep all my promises and be a real hero when I grow up, just like you. Oh, wait. I forgot to write one down. The most important promise of all. Promise number 5. Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. Also, I need to point out, I always think that her child sprite is so weird looking. So lanky. I remembered just how you said it. Now I'll never forget it. Okay, I assume she is getting her memories back from this then? Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. That's right. I have to try. Oh, is she screaming? She is screaming. Okay. Once again, I reiterate, I'm not screaming. I'm Kay Faraday, the great thief who'll do anything to uncover the truth. Second Yatagrasu, an assistant to Mr. Edgeworth. Kay, is that really you? Can't say I'm not a little bit embarrassed, but Yeah, I'm back, and I couldn't have done it without you, Mr. Edgeworth. You never stopped helping me, even when I was totally lost and couldn't remember anything. Thank goodness. You certainly seem to be back. Okay, so it really is you, huh? Welcome back. It's so good to know you're better. I can sleep easy now. Oh, and now that you found it, don't you dare go losing that memory of yours again, young lady. You hear? Miss Needler, Dr. Hertz, thanks a lot for looking after me. And if you really are better, how about you get out of them danged hospital duds? Oh, yeah, I washed all your clothes for you. Here. I thought they were with Detective Gumshoe. He handed them over to us after they came back from the forensics. Did he happen to mention if forensics found anything of note? I didn't ask. Anyway, never mind that now. Put them on, Kay. I want to see. Wait, what about her bandages? Surely it's too soon to remove them. Oh, it's probably fine. She may have taken a big old bump to the head, but she wasn't really that hurt otherwise. But then, why all the bandages in the first place? Well, prevention is better than a cure. A stitch in time saves 9. Those are just a few of my mottos. Both of which sound like painfully annoying practices for your patients. Okay, Kay, transformation time! Oh, okay, I was kind of hoping we'd get an actual transformation sequence. I had previously likened Kay to a magical girl, but I suppose that was back in the previous game. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Fits like a stolen glove. That smile suits you better too, as it always did. Oh, hey, look, we got bots, and they're adding me. Whoa, that's rare. Don't at me, bot. You're not allowed to do that. Thanks to you too, Miss Von Carla. I'm so glad you showed up when you did. I simply came when Scruffy asked me to. I'm sure he'll be very happy to see that you're back to your old self too. Speaking of Gummy, where is he? Who knows? Perhaps the well of his devotion ran dry when a certain someone threw away his badge. Bot's adding you or comment, I think? Oh, really? I almost never get them like that. Detective Gumshoe. Anyways, I had to be going. Then I think I'll be taking these two with me. Wait, what's going to happen to them? Acting as an accomplice in a murder and forging an autopsy report 18 years ago. Their crimes can't be allowed to go unpunished. But the fact that Excelsius Winter coerced them into cooperating will, of course, be taken into account. And don't worry about us, Kay. As long as Grandma and me are together, we'll be alright. Take care, Kay Faraday, until we meet again. Oh, is that end of chapter? Not quite. Wanda, what are you still doing here? Get out. So, Kay, I know you only just got your memory back, but I need to ask you some questions. Sure, ask away. What happened the day you lost your memory? What were you doing? Let's see. Somebody asked me to meet them at Gourd Lake. But I didn't know who it was. So there I was, just looking up at the moon when somebody in a red raincoat started walking towards me. They must have drugged me somehow, because that's when I fell unconscious. What? I'm not sure I follow. Kay was at Gourd Lake, looking at the moon. Anyway, when I came to, I was on the roof of this building. I was in a daze and stumbling around up there when I saw that person in a red raincoat again, but they were lying on the ground. I was so surprised I stumbled backwards. And then I was falling and everything went dark. When I came to the second time, I couldn't remember anything. The person in the red raincoat. Who in the world were they? I'm sure they were walking in midair. Thinking about it is making my head hurt. Just breathe, Kay. You only just got your memories back. You're still confused. I imagine the root cause of your confusion is the drugs, right? Or the memories of the two different locations. That works too. I imagine things all mixed up in your mind because you were at Gourd Lake one minute, and then at the top of a big building the next. And because you saw the moon in both locations, your mind blended the memories of the two together. But those are two totally different places. I know I was pretty out of it, but I don't think I could have gotten them confused that easily. No, it's a garden. And I believe these things on the roof may have made you become more confused. Do you mean the stand? Because there's a food stand at both of them?
Take that!
Or the tree? There are two key similarities between the scene down by Gourd Lake and here up on Big Building. Cherry blossoms and food stands. Okay, both of them would have worked. Wait, you're right! Those similarities are what cause your memories of both places to overlap. The person in the red raincoat wasn't walking in midair. They were walking towards you from across the park. In your blurry memories, that same sight played out over the viewing platform instead. No way! Who steals a great thief's memories, huh? That's just cheating. Even still, this doesn't answer the question of who attacked Kay in the park. Is it the person in the red raincoat she saw? Do you hear that? It sounds like it's coming from up in the storeroom. Come on, let's go take a look. Oh, well, hooey! I smell another scoop. You're still here. I know, I don't know what she's doing. Wait a second, are we going immediately into the next chapter? Is that what's about to happen? I mean, they usually fade to black at some point, but I assume this is the immediate setup. Huh. Oh, it's the radio. It's coming from this little gadget here, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, who do we think? Do we think it's Shelly the Killer or Callisto U? It could be either one. It's transceiver. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. It's still going, but I'm not good with technology. But come on, you had to pick up. Fine, I'll do it. Hey, this is Edgeworth. Kay, if you could refrain from answering strange calls for me. Mr. Edgeworth, I presume? I know that voice. Shelly the Killer. Hey, it's Shelly! Wonderful to see you again. Or hear you again. Congratulations on another case solved. Yet I can't truly say it's been fully resolved. Can you? I'm sure you've noticed by now that there was a mastermind at work orchestrating the entire incident. How do you even know about this case? That's not what's important right now. Let's focus on this certain individual for the time being, shall we? I have indeed been wondering myself if somebody else could have been involved. If not, how are we to explain the piece of evidence that proved so damning to Kay's case? I know, Shelly is great. I love him. No way! An evil mastermind, but who? Who indeed? Who? Perhaps you could share your thoughts. What is the evidence in question that points to somebody else's involvement? I would say the Jammin' Ninja mask, because it hasn't come up a single time. Right? It has to be this.
Take that!
Oh, no, that was wrong. Okay, I'm sorry. That wasn't it? Okay, well, I just sort of guessed. That's fine, just match that dialogue. What was it, though? Evidence of someone else's involvement. I mean, obviously I think it's be Kay's memories. Incident case. Needler's statement. Let me see. No, not that one. Not the red raincoat. Not the blood, not the clothes box, not the elevator blood, not Miss Hart's photograph. You thinking of the raincoat? I know, I was thinking of it too, but I don't think it is. Not the broken plushie. Miss Hart's statement, let me see. Not that one. Ringleader's outfit, no. Victim's letter. Oh, the victim's letter, duh. What's up with the letter?
Take that!
The letter Kay supposedly wrote to the victim. Yeah, I don't remember even ever writing that. So who did? Who would prepare such a thing? I know I'm not the only one who would like to know. How do we know it wasn't you? Now why would I do a thing like that, I believe the truth can only fully come to light in a court of law. But since you've had your badge revoked, that is no longer an option. So how will it all end? I, for one, will be watching from the sidelines with great interest. He even knows about my badge? Oh, and one last thing. I do hope you won't betray my trust in you. Now, I bid you farewell. What the heck did he mean by the case hasn't been fully resolved? And why is he so interested in us in any way? Well, clearly he's talking about the thing that happened 12 years ago, right? That's mentioned in the letter? Everything's just one giant ball of mysteries. It seems we've only just scratched the surface of this case. Even without my badge, I'm going to carry on doing what I can. However this ends, one thing's for certain. Come what may, I will expose the truth. Hey, look at that! We made it to the end of the chapter! Oh, hold on. Let's get a look at the preview at the next chapter, because they're going to show us the title, right? They always do. I'm going to back out. Let's take a look at this. Ooh, Winter. I did see Winter's silhouette last time. So Winter's going to have his finished character arc now, because he's sort of at his lowest point. Shelly the Killer's going to be involved. Callisto U, I guess at this point, can't really be involved unless she's going to be the final big bad instead of Shelly, because there's no way Shelly gets caught. He needs to stay on the run. It's just sort of in his nature. And I really don't know what else there is. It's so confusing, but sensible. And I love every second of it. It's fantastic. And this game, I must say, has been much, much better than the previous one. I'm enjoying it a lot more. But, with that being said, hold on. Where's my OBS? Where's it at? There it is. Look at this. Oh, it's time to end. You hope Winter gets better? I know, I really hope he does too. But he's definitely going to have a rise from the ashes moment. Well, before we end, let's talk about what we're doing this week, shall we? Tomorrow and the day after are to-be-announced streams, because most likely I won't be able to make them. I'll try if I can, but I somehow doubt it. We will be trying to get into some more daytime streams, though. And I'll probably start the Terraria stuff there. I didn't even mention that earlier, did I? I'm going to be playing Terraria. I love that game, and it's getting a new update, and I haven't played it in a long time, so I'm going to be doing that. It'll probably be mostly daytime streams. And then after that, later in the week, we're going to be doing some Nier, of course, and then we're going to be trying Dark Souls 2 again. I've actually tried it several times, on my own time and on stream, and every single time I've tried it, I've either gotten sick, or my computer has broken. We're going to see if that curse has finally broken or not. I somehow, I mean, I don't really want to doubt it, but, it's not exactly been good for me so far. It's quite rough, really. So, with that being said, thank you all for... Wait, hold on. Actually, can I, wait a second. Oh, we always have this issue at the end of stream. We always do. Hold on. I'm sorry about this. Oh, wait. There's literally no one playing the game right now. Oh, 0 people. Okay, well, we're still gonna rate anyone anyway. Let's go to for the like the recommended page. Here we go. Random person that I don't know. I mean, that's how it always is. But thank you all for tuning in. This has been Siegel Scuffed. And I am signing off. Goodbye. See you all tomorrow. Oh, wait. Actually, wait, one more thing. Hold on. The raid's gonna go. It's gonna go automatically. Bye.